This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good morning, good evening. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So we will wait for 2 more minutes for others to join, and then we will start our demo session. We will wait for 2 more minutes for others to join. Once again, hi everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. Myself, Saravanan. So I'm going to take you through this entire journey of AppDynamics software training learning. So I'm having close to 14 years of experience in this field. I mean, right from performance testing, performance engineering. I know various tools, various APM tools, various performance engineering tools. So, without wasting further time, we will go into the course content discussion. So this is a course content that we are going to learn as part of this learning. Okay, so I encourage everyone, please ask your question if you need anything to be discussed. Okay, because this is a demo session where we wanted to have a clear-cut understanding what we are going to learn. So please stop me at any point of time, ask your question, and then we can move to the next topic. Okay, I encourage everyone to ask your questions. So first of all, we are going to discuss um, uh, the, the content, the topic that we are going to learn in this entire course journey. Okay, what are APM tools? So first, APM tools means what? That understanding is actually missing. That is the reason we are trying to learn that topic as a first topic. Because in industry right now, if you go and ask APM tools means what, why we are using, what is the objective of using it, all those things if you are asking, many they don't have clarity what is that APM tool means, what for we are using. If you are using APM tool, what are all the benefits you are going to get it. That understanding is actually missing in many performance testers or even performance engineers. Okay, so that is the reason we wanted to get that understanding what our APM tools means. So in our course journey, we are going to discuss in detail about this topic with example, with practical hands-on experience. Okay, I mean, all the topic we are going to get it in a practical oriented learning. And anyways, after this training session, many are going to attend interviews, right? So during this course journey, we are going to prepare for interview as well. So I will explain what are all the questions they will ask during your interview. So that part also we are covering. So practical oriented learning, yes, we are going to cover it. Interview related training, yes, we are going to cover it. Okay, both the things we are going to do. Next topic is actually why APM tools are important. Because say like you are only using performance testing tool like Jmeter or LoadRunner or NeoLoad or Gatling. Only if you are using performance testing tool, what you will be getting. If you are using APM tool, application performance monitoring or application performance management tool, if you are using APM tool, what is the benefit? simply performance testing tool, what you are going to get it, along with the APM tool, what you are going to get it, layer by layer, tier by tier, node by node, individual machine level, individual application level, individual service level, how you are going to monitor using APM tool. That is what we are going to discuss in this topic. Okay, because if you are, say, you think like this, if you are using only performance testing tool, what are all the metrics we are getting? Only performance testing tool, you will be getting response time, hits per second, throughput, error. These are the matrices you will be getting if you are only using performance testing tool. So, which is not going to help the developers, because you are going to say a generic information. What is the generic information? You are only going to say response time is so and so, hits per second is so and so, throughput is so and so, like that you are going to say. But that's not going to help the developer, because developers are expecting little beyond that. Okay, what they are expecting? They are expecting response time means where the response time happened. Is it in the web server? Is it in the app server? Is it in the DB server? Where the time is actually spent? Okay, you need to give a clear-cut understanding, detailed explanation that developers are expecting. Only with the performance testing tool, you cannot provide all those information. So we are going to get the understanding of APM tool. We are going to implement the same in our application architecture, and we are going to find all detailed information. Something on the application level, something on the DB level, something on the infrastructure level, something on the browser level, like that. These APM tools are going to give you a very, very detailed information, so that it is easy for you to do the investigation. Easy for you to do the investigation, root cause analysis. All those things are very, very easy. So that is what we are going to discuss in this topic. And then AppDynamics introduction. Okay, yes, in industry there are different APM tools are there. You can see like AppDynamics is one tool, Dynatrace is one tool, Neuralink is one tool, Datadog is one tool, CA-APM is one tool, like that. Lot of tools are there in the market. Now we are taking AppDynamics tool for our learning, because in Gartner quadrant mature tool, AppDynamics tool is there, and we wanted to learn this tool, because in industry, say like, I mean, you guys are going for any interview, you guys can read the job description, JD. Definitely one APM tool will be there. I mean, whichever the job description if you are reading, definitely one APM tool will be there. So that is the reason we are trying to learn this AppDynamics tool. Okay, because the trend is moving towards that. Industry is expecting you should know one performance testing tool, one APM tool. That is the reason we are trying to cover one APM tool through our learning. So we are going to discuss AppDynamics related information in this topic. And then AppDynamics deployment model. Okay, actually AppDynamics is having two deployment models. One is SaaS model, software as a service SaaS model. Another one is on-premises model. I mean, you are going to install your AppDynamics tool within your firewall. That is actually on-premises. SaaS model means it is in the cloud, owned by the vendor. On-premises model means within your firewall, owned by the customer. I mean, you are going to own that. So you are going to own that in the case of on-premises. Vendor is going to own that in the case of SaaS model. So which one is actually useful for what customer? Retail customer preferring what? Insurance customer preferring what? Banking customer preferring what? Like that we are going to discuss in this topic. SaaS model and also on-premises model. Okay, I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys? Anybody have any question till now?
So you are going to cover this configuration on cloud also, or only on premises?
I'm going to cover SaaS model of AppDynamics.
I don't know. Configuration like agent and all will be deployed in cloud environment.
Both the versions, on-premises version, cloud version, both the things.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next very important topic is your AppDynamics application agent configuration. Actually, AppDynamics is having application agent, machine agent, database agent, user experience agent. There are 4 different agents are there. Application agent, machine agent, database agent, user experience agent. Okay. So in our course journey, we are going to cover agent configuration, data extraction, data analysis, everything we are going to cover. So in application agent itself, we are covering 2 flavors. One is Java agent, another one is Node.js agent. Two agent flavor we are covering. One is Java agent, another one is Node.js agent. So in Java agent, we are going to use Apache Tomcat server. I will show you how to deploy an application in Apache Tomcat server. I am going to explain how to configure your Apache Tomcat server, and then once you are establishing a connection between your AppDynamics and Apache Tomcat server, I mean you are configuring your application agent. Once you are done with the application agent configuration, how you are going to validate your application dashboard, how you are going to validate your business transaction, how you are going to validate your service endpoints, memory analysis, how you are going to do, JVM analysis, how you are going to do, troubleshooting, how you are going to do, like that. We are going to discuss each and every topic in a detailed way, because that's where your root cause analysis is actually there. Okay, I mean, simply implementing AppDynamics is not a matter, right? Implementing AppDynamics, data collection, data analysis, root cause identification, all those things are very important. Okay, so all these topics we are going to discuss in the Apache Tomcat server app agent, application agent configuration. We are going to validate it. Same way, we are going to configure a Node.js agent, AppDynamics Node.js agent. Here also what we are going to do, we are going to, I'm going to show you how to deploy a Node.js application. First, a sample application, how to prepare it. That is what I'm going to explain in the first. And then how to configure your AppDynamics Node.js agent into your Node.js application. And then how the data is coming from Node.js application to your AppDynamics. Sorry. And then how you are going to do the data extraction, data analysis. All those things we are going to discuss for Node.js application as well. So there are 2 flavors we are going to learn. One is your Java agent, another one is your Node.js agent. I'll take a pause here. Any question guys still? Anybody have any question?
Hi, Saravanan.
Yes.
Yeah, if my application is .NET and SQL based, then
See, .NET is actually having a little different procedure. But see, in that case, AppDynamics is having n number of agent lists. Why we took these 2 is actually wanted to cover the very familiar agent configuration. But once you are familiar with this, you can even try on your own the other agent configuration, not .NET or Python or something else. Okay, so that is the reason we added these 2. If your application is .NET, once you are going through this content, it is easy for you to do that as well. And if you are still facing problem, let me know, we'll connect. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So the next one is actually your server agent configuration. Server agent. Why? Because it is not about application level data alone. It is not about application level data alone. You should know after deploying this application what is happening in the infrastructure as well. What happened to your CPU? What happened to your memory? What happened to your disk? Like that, you should get additional information also. Because right now we are not doing. Most of the organization right now, performance testers or performance engineers, they are not doing the infrastructure monitoring. So they are missing that layer itself. They are only providing performance testing tool level metric. They are not giving additional matrices. So in AppDynamics, you have the option to do a server level monitoring. For that, you need to configure the server agent. The server agent you need to configure. So in our course journey, we are going to cover two flavors. One is your AWS Cloud Windows Server Monitoring. Another one is Linux Server Monitoring. Both the flavor we are going to cover. One is Windows Server. Another one is Linux Server. You are going to configure your server agent of AppDynamics in Windows machines and Linux machine. And how we are going to validate your CPU, memory, disk, network. That is what we are going to discuss in this topic. So AWS Windows machine and then AWS Linux machine we are going to cover. Next important topic is actually your database agent. Database agent. Actually saying, I mean, we all know in industry, maximum 55% or 60% of the production outages that are happening because of the databases only. So which means that the importance of database monitoring is very critical. So that is the reason we are also going to cover two database agent configuration in this course journey. One is MySQLDB, another one is MongoDB. MySQLDB, another one is MongoDB. So I am going to explain MySQLDB monitoring, how you are going to have your DB, how you are configuring the AppDynamics DB agent, how the data is actually coming to AppDynamics, how we are going to do the analysis like that. We are going to cover in detail all those things. Along with that, AppDynamics database agent is having additional capability called hardware monitoring. Hardware monitoring. What is that hardware monitoring? So once you are deploying the application agent, I told you to deploy the server agent also to get the CPU, memory, disk, network, right? But in the case of database agent, you don't want to have separate machine agent because database agent is having the capability to do CPU monitoring, memory monitoring, disk monitoring, network monitoring. All those things are available in the database agent itself. Database agent itself is having the capability. So that is actually called as hardware monitoring. Hardware monitoring. So we are going to cover MySQLDB monitoring, and I am also going to explain hardware monitoring capability as well. Similarly, we are going to cover the second database flavor, which is actually your MongoDB. MongoDB configuration. So how to configure your AppDynamics MongoDB agent, and how we are going to do the data collection, data extraction, root cause analysis, how we are going to do that is what we are going to cover it in this section. Any question guys till now? Anybody have any question? Yeah. So the next important topic is actually your user experience agent. User experience agent. What is that user experience? So you are launching your application in Chrome browser or IE browser or any browser. Okay, you are launching your application in a browser. You wanted to understand after launching your application in the browser how the behavior is there, how your static contents are loading, how your HTML is loading, JavaScript is loading, CSS is loading, how this content loading is actually happening in the browser. That is what you are going to monitor using the user experience agent. User experience agent. I mean, how the end users are experiencing while launching the application in the browser. So here, what we are going to do, we are going to instrument the agent. Instrument. The word is very, very important. Instrument the agent. I mean, you are not going to install or you are not going to execute the agent. You are going to copy the agent inside the HTML page itself. Application HTML page. You are going to copy application your agent inside the HTML page itself. That is actually called as instrumentation. Instrumentation. You are copy pasting the agent inside the HTML page itself, and once you are launching your application, you can see the HTML level, CSS level, JavaScript level, all the data you can check it in the AppDynamics. That is what your user experience agent means. So in that user experience agent, there are two important topics we are going to cover, which is called as real user monitoring and then synthetic monitoring. Definitely, sure shot question will be there in the interview. Sure shot interview question will be there in the interview related to real user monitoring and synthetic monitoring. Real user monitoring and synthetic monitoring. Definitely they'll ask question, because real user monitoring means what? When the real user is accessing your application in the browser, you are analyzing the traffic. When the real user is accessing the application in the browser, you are analyzing the traffic. Similarly, synthetic monitoring means what? You are creating a job. You are creating a job on behalf of you. AppDynamics will take care of the traffic. I mean, the synthetically created load. I mean, say like I wanted to validate Flipkart.com is actually working fine or what. So I can create a job in AppDynamics. AppDynamics will launch that Flipkart.com and then it will provide you the metric. That is actually called a synthetic monitoring. I mean, real user monitoring means we are launching the application in the browser. Synthetic monitoring means AppDynamics will do on behalf of you. That is actually called a synthetically creating traffic. So both the things we are going to learn with an example. With the practical understanding, we are going to learn the real user monitoring and the synthetic monitoring. Real user monitoring and the synthetic monitoring. I'll take a pause here. Any question guys still now? Anybody have any question? Yeah. So the next important topic is actually alerts and response. So nowadays, I mean, every customer, they started discussing on the artificial intelligence topic. Artificial intelligence. Okay, I mean, you don't want to do anything. The tool has to take the decision. The tool has to provide you the information automatically, like that. So even AppDynamics implemented their artificial intelligence concept in this topic, okay, which is actually called as anomaly detection. anomaly detection. So what we are doing with the available data, you are going to create a trend, and that trend is actually deviated, or it is trending good or what. It is trending good or what, or it is deviating. Okay, that part you are checking it in the anomaly detection topic. Okay, so we have a concept called policies, health rule, anomaly detection, like that. What is that meaning? What is the meaning of these topic? Say like I am going to create a policy for response time. I'm going to create a policy for response time, and I am setting a health rule or anomaly, anything. What is that? We are setting the SLA, service level agreement. We are setting the threshold value for both of the things. Okay? I mean, health rule violation is manually setting it. Anomaly detection is automatically setting it. You are setting the service level agreement. Once the service level agreement is breaches, say like you set the value as 3 seconds, but it is more than 3 seconds, means what will happen? It will trigger the action. So it may be any action. In our example, we are going to explain about mail trigger option and then thread dump trigger option. Both the things we are going to discuss. Mail trigger option, thread dump trigger option we are going to cover. So now we have the understanding. Alerts and response means what? We are going to create a policy and we are going to set the threshold. Once the value is breaches that, you are going to trigger the action. It may be any action. In our example, we are going to cover a mail trigger action and also thread dump trigger action. Both the things we are going to cover it. Any question guys till now? Anybody have any question? Yeah. So in AppDynamics, you have the option to only trigger the thread dump. We are going to do the analysis as well. I am going to explain. How to analyze the thread dump, which is actually an additional topic only, but knowing it is actually a value add. So that is the reason I'm covering thread dump analysis topic as well. We are going to learn how to analyze the thread dump. That is what we are going to learn. And AppDynamics is having one more capability, which is actually heap dump trigger. Okay. So in AppDynamics, we are going to trigger the heap dump, and I am going to explain how to do the heap dump analysis, which is also an additional topic. I am going to cover how to analyze the heap dump, because in industry right now people are expecting you should know heap dump, thread dump analysis concept. So that is the reason we are covering both the things. So we are covering how to analyze the heap dump. We are covering how to analyze the thread dump. Both the things we are covering, which is very, very important topic. Maybe which is not related to straight away related to AppDynamics, but this topic is very, very important. If you are telling you know heap dump analysis, you know thread dump analysis, that's actually a very, very, very good value add. Okay, that is the reason we are covering that. Next important topic, we are learning about dashboards and reports. In AppDynamics, how the dashboard creation is actually happening. I mean, instead of going to application tab separately, server tab separately, database tab separately, infrastructure tab separately, instead of going to each and every tab separately, you can create a dashboard in a single common place. You can validate all the critical metrics. That is what you are trying to do it in the dashboards. Dashboard creation means all the important metric you are trying to add it into a common dashboard. so that you don't want to go to a different dashboard. In a single common place, you can validate everything. Not only dashboard creation, I'm going to show you dashboard scheduling as well. Schedule periodically how I can get the data, right? Scheduling as well we are going to discuss. And then there is one more topic called Dash Studio. Actually, in AppDynamics, the dashboard creation is actually happening in two ways. One is normal way, another one is Dash Studio way. So I'm going to explain both the things. I'm going to explain both the things. I mean, how we are doing it in the normal dashboard creation, how we are doing it in the Dash Studio. Both the places we are going to discuss. And then a report creation and report scheduling. That also we are going to discuss. How to create a report and how to schedule the report. That also we are going to cover. I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys, till now? Yeah. So another thing is issue debugging. Most of the IT organization, whenever they are reaching it to us or whenever they are discussing with us, learning about AppDynamics tool means their first and foremost question would be how to do the root cause analysis. How do I find there is a problem or not? So in that case, there is a concept called call graph. There are two types are there. One is partial call graph and call graph analysis. We are going to see in detail about these two topics, partial call graph and call graph analysis, how your application is actually behaving, how we are going to identify the problem statement, like that we are going to discuss. And one more important feature available in AppDynamics called metric browser. Metric browser. I mean, all your matrices are available in the browser format. I mean, individual screen level data. That is what you are going to check it in the metric browser. This metric browser is also having the capability to extract the data using Postman tool, REST API. Okay, through the REST API, you can extract the data from AppDynamics to outside the world. So that is also we are going to see, guys. That is also we are going to learn with example. And then definitely this topic is very important, because every customer nowadays they are asking this question: is there an option to do the integration of your load testing tool with AppDynamics? So we are going to cover two flavor. One is LoadRunner and another one is Jmeter. So we are going to cover we are going to integrate these two load testing tools with your AppDynamics. How we are going to do, how we are going to do the root cause analysis, all those things we are going to discuss in this session. Okay, and then AppDynamics baselining concept. You can set the baseline. You can set the baseline. Okay, I mean, you are going to fix a SLA value, whether your current value is under the SLA or over the SLA, like that you can validate it using the baselining concepts. That also we are going to discuss. And then tips and tricks, how you are going to do the monitoring using AppDynamics. And then real world example, whatever the experience that I faced, whatever the incident that I faced over the journey, I'm going to share that with you people, so that you are going to understand this in a practical oriented learning. Any question, guys, till now? Anybody have any question till now?
Yeah, sir. So in my case, I have to do this everything in cloud. So how much it will be well helpful for me to do all these things?
You can.
So,
All these things you can do it in cloud, no problem.
okay. Means like in everywhere, means RDS and EC2 instances, both app and infrastructure monitoring plus
Yes.
database monitoring.
Provided you should not have any problem in your EC2 instance. I mean, you should have a proper firewall exceptions, or a port opening access. You should have a port opening access, so that the communication, if it is blocked, also you can edit that inbound outbound rule, and then you can resolve that, right? So if there is no blocker, no problem at all, Vikash.
Okay. Okay. Fine, sir.
Yeah. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, this is Kumar sir number. Okay, so you can, I'll copy paste this number also in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, 8019952427. 8019952427. Kumar sir number. You can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information, course content, course timing, fees, all the things you can discuss with Kumar sir. 8019952427 is number. This is actually a weekend session. Okay, only in the weekends you are going to have the session. Saturday and Sunday, 2 hours, 2 hours you are going to have the session, and we are going to cover it in 3 weeks. Okay, so only weekends you are going to have it. It is actually morning 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Indian time. I mean, correspondingly in other locations. The time slot is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST, correspondingly in US, correspondingly in UK, Australia. This is the time slot we are going to learn this. Okay. All these sessions are actually recorded. All these sessions are actually recorded, and we are going to share the YouTube playlist URL to you. And these videos you are going to have a lifetime access. Don't worry. If some sessions, if you are missing, you can watch the video and then you can learn it and then you can come back. Okay, so all these videos are available in YouTube playlist URL. You can watch it later as well. And then whatever the artifacts, supporting documents that are required for this learning, right? We are going to share through Google Drive. Google Drive, we are going to share all the artifacts. You can download and then you can make use of it. So that also we are going to cover it. So each day 2 hours during the weekends. Okay, Monday to Friday a holiday, Saturday and Sunday only you are going to learn. Each day you are going to have 2 hours of a session. Within 3 weeks we are going to cover this. Within 3 weeks we are going to cover this. And time slot also I told you 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Indian time, correspondingly in other locations. Any question guys till now? Anybody have any question?
Yes, Saravanan.
Yes, Madhuri.
Yeah. How this AppDynamics is different from Dynatrace, or which one is better?
So there is nothing like better. There are customers that are using AppDynamics, okay, because they are already using the Cisco product, means they will be using the AppDynamics as the Apm tool. And there are customers, they are preferring to use Dynatrace. So both the tools are leading in the market. Both are very high features that are available in both the tools. AppDynamics is also having, Dynatrace is also having. So it is a good value add if you are learning these tools, Madhu. Okay.
Okay.
Both the tools are having variety of agent support. Both the tools are having variety of technology support. Both the tools are having artificial intelligence capability. Both the tools are having latest trends, latest technology support. So in all the way, both are equal only. Okay. There are one or two features will be different, but other than that, both the tools are doing a similar job only, Madhu. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, from coming week onward, we are going to have our regular sessions. So please enroll yourself for your continuous learning, because if you are missing one session, 2 hours we will be missing, so there will not be any continuity. So please enroll yourself for do a continuous learning. Please reach out to Kumar sir. 8019952427 is number. So you can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. So thanks everyone for joining this demo session. Thanks everyone for joining this demo session and giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you people. We are going to continuously do the learning. We are going to continuously get more information, more knowledge. So thanks all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.